everyone. Today we are heading to the specialist that I told you guys about, the ear, nose, and throat specialist. And then after that, I'm heading to the airport to turn in all my stuff. So it's official, guys. I'm turning it in. Let me show you. There it is. So I have this little pouch, which has the charger for my iPad and all the tickets, you know, for selling stuff on board. Here's my iPad, and there it is. It looks brand new still. And finally, my manual. So, once we are done with the doctors, we're going to drive to McCarran. And I'm going to go turn in my stuff officially. And then after that, who knows? Alright guys, here you guys can see my badge. Alright, I'm heading to the office right now. It's bittersweet, I have to say. It was great working here. It just, you know, I needed more. That's it. I turned in all my stuff. It is officially official. So, like I said, it's bittersweet, but onwards and upwards. Alright, there is the exit. Goodbye, McCarran. Adios. Bye-bye. Right over there is where I have to go out for the TSA, and then after that, I am done, guys. Goodbye, McCarran. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you enjoyed the little video I made going to McCarran Airport to turn in my badge. I'm officially done, guys. So that was 2 days ago. Today I'm in my home. Anyway, so today's video, well, I wanted to do a video about the interview process that I just went through. For those of you who are interested in becoming a flight attendant, or you're starting your process, this is to hopefully give you a little bit of insight as to what you might expect when you actually go to a flight attendant interview. Again, guys, these are all my opinions. Every company out there is different, so exactly what I did may not be exactly what you'll be doing, but you know, all the airlines are pretty similar. The first thing you want to do is apply, apply, apply. Now, there is a great website called flightattendantcareers.com. You will find a list of all of the airlines that are currently open for you to apply to. So check that out, guys, and apply to as many airlines as you want to. Obviously, keep in mind, you know, where you may be based according to what airline that you're applying to. But, you know, apply to as many as you can. Get, you know, into the habit of having to do video interviews, which is the first thing you want to do. So you just want to make sure that you follow the instructions that are in the email that the company is going to send you. And they're usually very simple. You just have to download the app that will facilitate the video interview. Which, by the way, when you put in your application online, you'll probably have to do an assessment. And that is just like once you're finished putting in your application online, it'll take you to a link that you can do an assessment, and they usually take 20 to 30 minutes of questions based on personality. And so they're just trying to gauge to see if you have what it takes to you know, be in the airline industry, which is all customer service oriented, guys. But other than that, make sure that you look professional. You know, I did my video interview in a blazer and a black dress, and you could only see the top, and that was a-okay. So I did my video interview, and I would say within a couple of days, I got an interview to do a face-to-face. Now, this was about maybe a month later that the interview for the face-to-face was set up. So I had a little bit of time to prepare. It did say make sure you have your passport, make sure you have your resume up to date. So, fast forward, now is the day of the interview. It was an invitation for face-to-face interview. And guys, I tell you, I thought it was going to be a smaller group setting only because it was a one-on-one. And so it wasn't like an open call where anyone can show up, which some companies do. This was an actual invitation-only event. And when I got there, I heard the interviewers talking, and there was 175 invitees. So when I got there, obviously there was a huge line. Everybody was in a line waiting to go into the conference room. And there was people still, even though I showed up at 6:30 a.m., there were still people showing up till the very, very last minute. And so, you want to get there maybe about a half an hour to 45 minutes early. And, that way you get a good placing in line. You're not going to be the last one in line. So I did pay attention to the email. It said, come professionally dressed, wear your hair back. That was what the email said. And, come dressed to impress, bring your high school diploma, your passport, and all that good stuff. So I brought everything that was requested of me, plus the invitation, because you had to show that you were invited to the event. And I waited in line. When it was 7 o'clock, they let us all into the in the conference room. Now, this conference room was set up with hundreds of chairs. You don't want to sit all the way in the back, guys. That's one of the things that I've learned through the years of interviewing and such. You never want to be all the way in the back. First of all, it makes hearing what the speakers in the front are saying. But it just, I don't know. For me, I think I see it as maybe you're not that interested or you're too shy to be up front. Man, if I can get a front seat, I will be right there in the front seat. Unfortunately, I didn't get there early enough, so I was kind of like halfway in the middle of all the people. So by the time I got into the conference room, the front lines were already, full. But I got into the second line, to second row. So that was good for me. I was still happy with that. I could still make eye contact with the recruiters that were there, and so I was happy with that. Tips to bring with you to the event. Now the email said, make sure that you prepare to stay there the entire day. So what I did is I brought my big black purse. It doesn't have anything on the outside, no crazy cartoons like you've seen. You guys have seen my purses. I have some of them that have cartoons and stuff, and they're really cute, and I love them. But for this one, I wanted to make sure that it was a black purse, and it was big enough to carry all of my equipment, all the documents that they wanted to, my spare batteries for my phone, because I didn't know how long I was going to be there. And I brought a big bottle of water with me that day. And you want to keep hydrated. And then I brought some snacks, like I think I brought a bag of nuts with me that day. So it doesn't make too much noise, like a bag of chips. When you're opening it up, it makes a lot of noise. And so it's just a Ziploc baggie you can open quietly, eat a couple of peanuts if you're, feeling too hungry or whatever. Because it did say, be prepared to stay there the entire day. Okay, so the first thing that the company did was they had the recruiters present themselves, talk a little bit about themselves, and then we got into the company overview. So they talked about everything that the company has to offer, all of the benefits, and that's another video that I want to make for you guys after I make this one, is the actual video of all of the things that I'm going to gain by going to this new company. So then once the interviewers did that, and of course, you know, there was music and, you know, they try to kind of lighten up the mood because some people were, you know, very nervous and all that good stuff. So there was music and they were, you know, trying to get the crowd riled up and you know, just having a good time. So after that, everyone got split up by groups. Okay, so when you were in line, technically as you were checking in, they were putting you in specific groups as you were in line. So it was all random. So everyone got set up into different groups, and then they were like, okay, so group A or group B or group C goes to this place, goes to that place. Everyone had a different spot to be. Now, once we got to the new setup room, and of course there were breaks and stuff in between. But so also about breaks, make sure that you take full advantage of your breaks and you go when you potty, even if you don't have to go that much. If you only have to go a little bit, but you feel it, go. Because sometimes these sessions can take so long, and the last thing you want to do is get up in the middle of someone's speech or someone's talk and have to excuse yourself to go to the bathroom. So then from that group meeting, what they did is everyone had to go, each table had to go to the front and make a little line. And there was a huge bowl in the center, and the bowl had a ton of questions, and you just reach in there and you have, you know, a couple of seconds to think about your answer and answer the question. And they were very random questions, guys. Some were customer service oriented. What would you do if this were the case? Or some were personal questions like, what would be your favorite place to visit in the entire world? Or if you could meet anyone that's either dead or still alive and spend time with them, who would it be? You know, just little things like that, just to kind of break the ice and also to get to know your personality a little bit more. So yeah, have some stories in your head about things that you've done in the past to create great customer service. Think about customers that things were like, you know, went horribly wrong and how did you fix it? These types of questions are very, very standard throughout the industry. And that way you have some stories and ideas of things that you can actually speak about when, you know, it's your turn. But it could be something as random as like, you know, if you could be a flower, what flower would you be? You know, they do stuff like that just to kind of throw people off. So keep that in mind. You'll have to think on your feet real quick. You know, you don't want to be standing there for like half a minute thinking of an answer. You want to have some things already, you know, in your brain. Okay, so once they did the group interview, it was lunchtime, and I think we had about an hour to kill. All right, so then during lunch, I just, I stuck around the hotel area that I was supposed to be going to, and that was that, guys. So it was now time to do, you had to do a 50-pound test where you have to pick up a luggage that weighs 50 pounds completely over your head. I mean, like your arms had to be like this, holding the luggage above your head. If they can see that you lifted the luggage without any problem, then you went on to the one-on-one. Now, the one-on-one pretty much was very basic. The interviewer that called, you know, we just sat at a table by ourselves, and it was just, you know, a one-on-one, just he and I, and he was asking just basic questions He had a piece of paper in front of him, and then he would ask questions and jot down my answers. Now, a lot of the times they will look for you to do the answers in the STAR format, which is you have to present what the problem was, what happened, how did you handle, and what was the outcome of the whole situation. And they really want to know what you did in specific instances, how you handled specific problems. So again, guys, with the whole be thinking about customer service oriented questions, there's plenty of videos out there on YouTube that you can look up what type of questions they ask. There's also the website called glassdoor.com, and people anonymously write what questions they were asked at that particular airlines that you may be applying for. So that's another good thing, because to be honest with you guys, I have done that before, gone on Glassdoor, and a lot of the questions that were asked, or that were people would write into Glassdoors that were asked of them, were also asked of me. So, you know, the questions really don't differ that much, but just be prepared with several different stories just in case. You never know what they're going to ask. And so once the interviewer was done with me, then you had to go to another room where you were just going to wait to see whether or not, it was called that decision room. And they were, you were to sit there and wait until you knew whether or not what was going to happen. So the person that was there would call names and take them outside of the room. And then at that point, they would tell that little group that they just called out whether or not they're saying goodbye, thank you very much for coming in, or then if they liked your one-on-one interview, then it was like, congratulations, you guys made it. The next step is to do the drug testing and fingerprinting. And so then we had to go then to another place that was for that specifically. So then, you know, I got obviously I made it through, and I got drug tested and fingerprinted that same day. And then after that, that was it, guys. That was pretty much the end of my day. But all in all, my day started at 7 a.m. and I think I finished around 5 in the afternoon. So again, make sure you plan on staying there the entire day, so that if you get chosen to, then you can go on to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And what I can tell you, as far as statistics wise, remember I said that when I first got there, there were 175 people they invited to this interview. And at the end, I also overheard the recruiters talking about that they have chosen 66 people. So as you can see, guys, they actually said thank you, but no thank you to over 100 people. Yeah. So, you know, just remember that getting that interview is a part of the whole process, guys. Don't get discouraged, guys, if you don't get that job offer that day. The competition to be a flight attendant is so fierce that sometimes people just apply and apply and apply and apply, and then one day it just happens for them. You know, the more you apply, the more you're going to be comfortable with the whole interview process. And if one day you're, you know, for one interview you're too nervous, maybe for the next one you feel a little bit more relaxed and a little bit more relaxed, and then your true personality can actually come through, and hopefully wow the interviewers enough to invite you to be, you know, could give you a conditional job offer, which is what I got. And so that's it, guys. That was my interview process that I had to go through. And let me say, I have been through a couple of interview processes myself, and they were very similar. Except with the other ones, I didn't get fingerprinted and I didn't get drug tested immediately like I did this time. So, you know, it all depends. You know, sometimes you're just things are just not meant to be, or it may not be the right time, or God has something better planned for you. Who knows? All I can say is don't give up on your dream. Continue doing what you're doing. Continue bettering yourself. Continue practicing, interviewing, you know, with other people that can give you hints. Continue doing video interviews so that you get comfortable with the camera. And that's it, guys. I hope that if you are going through the interview process right now, that everything goes well for you guys. Good luck. Please leave in the comments down below if you are going through an interview process, and if you need any help, or if you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and I'll be happy to get back to you and give you any advice if I have anything, if I haven't covered it in this video. Again, I want to thank each and every single one of you for tuning in one more time, for watching my videos, and for subscribing. I want to just say, guys, do what makes you happy. You will never regret it, okay? So stay tuned for the next video that I'm going to make, which will be the video where I tell you guys all of the brand new benefits and all the great things that I will be doing flying with this new airline. Hugs and kisses from my house to your house, and I will talk to you guys on the next one.